For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Now, by the end of this weekend, Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch, Mamelodi Sundowns, that's obvious really, and Orlando Pirates, we will know whether or not they're going through to the group stages of the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup respectively. Saw something scrolling, all of us were scrolling up and down our cell phones. I think the draw will be on Monday and it will be here in Johannesburg. The reason why I'm hesitant, because most of the time the draw is normally in North Africa, in Morocco or Egypt, but it seems as though they've taken turns. The draw is going to be made on Monday here in South Africa. I stand to be corrected as well. But by Sunday, maybe by 5 o'clock Sunday, we will know the status of all the South African teams in CAF competitions. I'm pretty sure as well that there's jeopardy. For Orlando Pirates, there's very obvious jeopardy. That means that we may not have all of these teams in the group stages. There's jeopardy, but we'll see. We'll see. In this video, Tso Vilakazi, former Orlando Pirates captain, will talk to us about Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs against AS Simba from Congo, Lubumbashi. They played last time around. It was a 0-0 draw. Kaizer Chiefs continue to play another 0-0 draw on Wednesday. We talked then about this game. Mr. So-and-so, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Welcome to the weekend. You're looking good.
Makosi for life.
Mr. So-and-so.
Mr. Kiwa ngibulisa wena mfethu ngibulisa Stizi.
Yes, sir.
Ngibulisa chairman, my chairman, ngibulisa namakhaya ngicela support njalo iDiskiTV. Ngizobeka nje njalo ngijike futhi.
So, kuba bonke abantwana bakho abangamajita. Do you know which teams do they all follow?
Yeah. Bonke bathanda Pirates.
Asqale professional. No, that's not true. Not all of them are supporters of Pirates. I don't think Uhlelo have asked him before.
Uhlelo ibhakaniya straight.
I
can close my eyes and then can ask him now. Close my eyes.
Bayafana na. Balala namhlanje bathatha le nto ngomso bathatha enye into.
A wise man has got the right to change.
Hlelo. Which team do you support? Don't come. Which team do you support? You see, but the last time you were telling me about Sundowns.
Yes.
Yeah, bafuze wena abantwana bakho bayachika-chika.
We are allowed to
Uthatho ibhakaniya.
Yeah,
the professional player.
Yeah, no.
And the one who's in high school?
Loyana Pirates but unokuthi afane nami nje. Masiwina ngapha
It only applies to you actually, because I'm a professional players. The rules are different.
Yeah.
If you play for Liverpool, even if we Everton,
yes,
you end up becoming a Liverpool fan. You can even support both of them.
Yeah.
You guys have a special permit to support many teams. Before we talk about the game, Kaizer Chiefs, Mr. So, I want to ask you, because I didn't have a chance to ask you this. I asked Junior last week. These assistant coaches, Simba on Wednesday, he was the head coach with headphones as well.
Yeah.
I think Khalil Ben Youssef, they say he was not in the country. He was up north in North Africa. There was an issue with the family or whatever. Did you agree with the Chiefs when these guys, Maleba Kobe, was a penny season?
Musankewo, to be really honest, if Abancedisi, the assistant of the coach, and we see the coach that no, the coach is not good enough, and he came with these people, that means that's one philosophy, that's one way of playing. So if you say the coach must go and then these two must remain, what's happening in your mind? So are you saying these guys are better than the head coach? While when you employ the coach said, I want my assistant to come here.
If Babashangane say 4 wins in a row after Unabe Hambile, do you think you would still have this opinion?
Look, Mr. Kewo,
4 wins or 5 wins in a row?
For me, to be honest, I'll be brutally honest now. For me, you release the coach, they must follow. Done. Because what's that different? What is it that they're going to do better than when they had their master? So they must go. They must go. Whether they win, they've won 3, 4 games, 5 games. For me, it's. I'll put it as a principle to say, Nabi said, for me to do the good job, I need these two guys. So we agreed, come with your guys. Now we're saying, Nabi is not good. What about these two? They must follow him.
So I would say then, summary is that when Chiefs said officially they're going to continue until the end of the season, where did that come from? Was it because they don't want to pay a bigger coach, a better coach? And also, do you believe until, because the results now are not going well?
Mr. Kewo, I remember I said this to you, that I know that when Nabi now, he went home because of the wife, she's not feeling well
Yeah.
whatsoever. And these two guys are here. As they're winning, they will think they are better than Nabi.
1 + 1 is 2.
And then they will keep them. I knew this is going to happen. And the sad part is that, Mr. Keo, there's no way I can, as a head coach, and said, for me to perform my duties, I need these two guys. And then you guys are saying I'm not good enough as a coach, then I must go.
Yeah, we picked up that point. So
Yeah.
do you believe Bazo was uthwala umthwalo
No.
na? Maybe that's where I'm going.
Now,
That means at some point in the next few months they're gonna be fired now.
in next month, actually, not even 2 months. I'm giving them next month. Next month they will go because for me, they've won games, yes, but I'm not convinced that really they can take Chiefs somewhere. These guys, you see now,
It's a big club.
this is a big team.
That's a big club.
You cannot allow assistant coaches to run a big institution like that one.
Yeah.
You know, certain things, Mr. K, we just need to be honest in it. Because when you say you believe in these assistant coaches, something's not right.
Yeah, let's move on then to AS Simba. Thank you very much for those thoughts. Needed to give you this opportunity to ventilate your opinions about the situation. It's an ongoing situation, of course. At least now we know that Nabi is no longer with the club.
Yeah.
They made an official announcement. It was fine when they made the announcement. What was puzzling was that they said we are continuing with as assistant coaches. But of course, football is not played behind closed doors,
Yes.
which is to say that
Yeah.
as we see it disintegrate, it will disintegrate in front of us and they'll hire another coach. Or maybe magically football gods will be on their side, they win the league, although that's not going to happen. Mr. Tso, AS Simba, Kaizer Chiefs, we had a difficult situation last week where we couldn't really watch these matches. People had cell phones at the stadium. We kind of saw some of the highlights.
Yes.
Ashley Dupree missing 1v1.
Yeah.
But you can't make a point about a match on 5 seconds highlights. So we don't know how the match went. But Kaizer Chiefs are at home. In fact, Orlando Bay, it was in Congo.
Yeah.
Both Orlando Giants, or Soweto Giants, sorry, they were in Lubumbashi in Congo. Now we are then hosting the Congolese teams again. Orlando Pirates, on the other side, Kaizer Chiefs. Let's focus on Kaizer Chiefs. What's your feeling about this? How do Chiefs approach it? Are they going to be affected by Wednesday's results as well? Can we read anything into Laba 0-0? They've been collecting 3 0-0s in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Mr. Kewo, one thing that is positive in both games, weekend and the during the week game, is that they create chances. That is positive. For me, that is positive that they create chances. Yes, they're missing them. But you know that now I need to work on this. Than starting afresh to say, guys, we need to create chances. Guys, we need to create chances. But now they're creating chances, but they're not scoring. So it's easy now to say, let me now focus more in what? In scoring than in creating. Because, I mean, look at that ball that Tipruza missed.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable. I know
Yes,
it's
it
artificial
does happen,
turf.
yes.
Lubumbashi, the Mazembe Stadium,
Yeah.
it's normally artificial, but
Yes.
really, like, sometimes, like, really just dominate the ball.
Yeah.
He could have walked it in. Basically.
Actually, it's one. That's when you realize the confidence of the player.
Yeah, there's a confidence issue.
You know that if that boy had a confidence, I mean, he saw that already. The keeper is there.
And I value his stats.
Look,
he can walk that ball in because there's no goalkeeper in front of him.
So that's confidence. So that means the players in that final third, they don't have confidence.
Yeah, and then
That's why
there
they
was a
miss it.
disaster Gamayo on Wednesday, and we know with the hamstring because he played.
Yeah.
Chiefs played the last 10 minutes without him.
Yeah.
I think he came in the second half.
Yes.
Ikodaro was the main striker,
Yeah.
and then they tried to make him run it off. But you know, I like you because you always know everything about injuries. That you can't take chances with the hamstring. So Mayo will probably not be there this weekend.
Sometimes it depends in the length of the hamstring, because sometimes you'll find that it's double, but not that big. You know, it changes. Maybe they can strap him and put a medicine
Do you think
tight.
3 days later you can because you risk aggravating the injury? ungayenza ibe worse.
Based on my experience, I would say he can.
Not because it was in this modern era of people taking care of people. Injection, normally, hamstring is 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah, normally you out. You can even take for about 6 to 8 weeks. It depends, but not for 3 days. For 3 days, unless, like I'm saying, that they can strap him, find medicine tight, they give him painkillers, then he can play. But other than that,
that's not right.
No, that's not right, Mr. K. It did happen to me. I remember when we were in Egypt playing AFCON. Then I got an injury here
in 2006.
Yes, is it 2006?
That was 2006.
Yes, where we didn't score a goal.
Yeah, that was the worst AFCON performance by Bafana. So I will never forgive you guys for that AFCON.
You know, but
you played with injury.
Yes, I had Jimmy Dow kicked me here at training, and we like today we're playing tomorrow. I went to the scanner. They said, "Nah, no, but this guy is supposed to be out." Then the late coach said to me, said, "No, but I need this man." Then they had to strap me here and strap me there, put the medicine tight. Then I went to play.
And it made no difference.
And no, I make a difference because coming in 90 minutes.
No, we never scored a goal.
I tried my best. I tried my
we never scored a goal in that AFCON.
No, we didn't.
That was the worst performance by Bafana in an AFCON. Because even Uted was not the coach, he was an interim coach.
Yeah.
And Abo Styles Pumo, if he was still there
just
and around the team. And Upeni Makato was complaining that you guys were not taking care of players, Abo Mubarak, the vice president, stuff like that. So it was a scandal, basically. Let's go back to Kaizer Chiefs, AS Simba. What's your feeling about this one? Because Chiefs, if they concede a goal, they're going to need to score 3. They can't win 2. Oh, yeah, they can win 2-1, actually.
Yeah.
If they concede a goal, they have to score 2. What's your feeling about this one?
No, it's a win for Chiefs, Mr. K. I don't see Simba scoring. You know, if you can't score at home, to be more comfortable, to say at least you've got a 1-goal lead. Yeah. Even when you go there, we can maybe sit there and say, let's play a draw. Because now they need to do something also.
They definitely.
So they cannot just going to sit there. Because if they're going to sit, it's going to be a draw, going to go to penalties. I don't think they're ready for that. So the game's going to go.
Oh, the previous round went to penalties.
Yes,
if you remember.
Yes.
The previous round with the Chiefs went to penalties. So it won't surprise me as well because Chiefs have not scored in 3 matches consecutively.
You know, let me tell you one thing, Mr. K, about Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs, they will go through. I'm putting my head on the block. This I know this team is a game. They will win. Kaizer Chiefs are going to beat Simba. With all the mist that we had last week and during the week, now, we're going to bury them. These guys are going to go there crying. Kaizer Chiefs, I'm a coach for life, they're going to win.
Give us a scoreline.
The score is going to be 1-0.
1-0 to Kaizer Chiefs.
Champion score.
There you go. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. we'll be watching Orlando Pirates against St. Louis. Tso Vilakazi actually played against St. Louis long time ago. I think I was 12 years old. He must have been 17, 18, 19 or 20 when they were playing against St. Louis. It was early in your career as well. Vodacom Challenge. That's why we ended up having players in South Africa such as Mwamba Musasa, Kabamba Musasa, Mayala Makweni. It was in the Vodacom Challenge where for pre-season, South African teams used to invite Congolese teams, Ghanaian teams. Esperance Tunis came here as well. I think the debut of Jabu Pule played against Esperance Tunis under coach Mohsen Etchko. I'll never forget that, living in Sharks at KTC. So, it's always nice when we welcome these teams again. It's historic. I'm pretty sure even for young kids who are today's old, 10-year-old, they're going to remember in 20 years' time when we play against Lupopo or AS Simba again, and they will have their own memories. Tipi Mazembe, Asante Kotoko, Hearts of Oak. Those are the teams that we used to play against the South African teams. iDiskiTV, Times, what's sports betting?
Shapunjan Bafuyethu Kamala Mulindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Vilakazi, they call me Tso. Niazi Bafuyethu, I'm a coach for life. They're back in winning ways. Please, subscribe to iDiskiTV.